Well, hello, gentlemen. Solo Man here. At least I think it is. And I'm kind of thinking on it, When I was a younger man, not too far ago, well, maybe a bit, I used to be a passport bro then. Yeah, I was one of those guys. Because I went for a holiday to Thailand. And I liked it so much, I went back there and lived there for 10 years. What was so nice about it, Solo Man, I hear you ask? Well, for me, the main thing was I felt really, really relaxed there. And you could have a hell of a lot of fun for not much money. And if you get out of the cities or whatever, it's a beautiful country. Because I travelled all over Thailand. I mean all over. And I finally settled in Chiang Mai, which I found had enough nightlife and excitement, but also was quite laid back. But the biggest thing I noticed when I went to Thailand was the femons. Apart from the fact they were all fairly attractive and had great bodies, they looked fit. Hardly seen any of them overweight. It might be different now, but you could talk to them, and they would talk to you, and they treated you with respect. And of course, in return, you treated them with respect. I guess what I'm saying is, they were friendly, unlike the femons in the country I was living in at the time, because most of them were so far up their own ass, and couldn't hold a candle to most of these Thai femons, especially in the looks department. But the people generally are quite friendly. And I'm not talking being able to talk to femons who are very, very attractive. I meant all the femons. It didn't matter whether it was sex involved or not. They talked to you like you were a human being. And I also did like the culture. They had all these traditions, and most of them lived by them. I did notice, especially in Chiang Mai, there was quite a big drug problem with Yaba. That's because the border wasn't too far away and they used to make a lot of runs, and drugs were brought in that way. You see, the thing is, Thais do like to have fun. They play hard, and they do tend to be a bit prone to drugs. I myself didn't do any drugs at all while I was there. Just did my Leo beer, because I was already high anyway on being in Thailand. Now I'm sure I could go back there and see it again, but it just wouldn't be the same now. But if you're a youngish man, or even if you're not, and you haven't been there, you gotta go there at least once. As I'm laying probably on my deathbed, and maybe I'm still awake a bit, the last thing I'll think of will be picture something in Thailand. And I remember taking a friend there to Thailand. He'd never been to Thailand before, and he wasn't really a worldly person, especially with femons involved. And we went to this place in Bangkok, a great big bar. And it wasn't long before he came over to me giggling his head off, saying he's just had a very beautiful femon with long black hair, beautiful eyes, and a lovely smile. Asked him to take her back to his hotel room, and he had the biggest smile I've ever seen on his face. Unfortunately, he's not with us any longer, but at least at that time, he was really happy. So remember, guys, I was a passport bro too, or 3, or 4, whatever. Take it easy.